Yeah, I mean, obviously, it is a side event, of course. You don't have to take it too seriously, but of course, you are in the top 8.
I mean,
you're kind of in the money,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? So you do want to make sure if you can get some more, but, these guys keeping it respectful either way to both sides, making sure no hero or Joker needed. But the Byleth definitely does seem to be doing some work for Omega right now.
Yeah, this Byleth, we've seen it already today throughout the very, I guess, it's been a long time in Squad Strike now, but yeah, we've seen multiple players pop up multiple times. Shu comes to mind, but one thing also that comes to mind is that Omega Byleth.
Yep.
It's some, I don't know, I mean, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, I think you either have it with Byleth or you don't. I would call it the Byleth gene.
The Byleth gene, yeah.
Yeah, the Byleth gene, because I swear, like, it's the one of two things happens to someone who picks Byleth. They either they tear it up, or they get torn up, and Omega is definitely the former, I guess. But BeastModePaul, no slouch either. Definitely keeping things dead even here. 129% to 141. Forward tilt of all moves from Samus actually going to take that one.
Yeah, and I feel like BeastModePaul was kind of getting beat up on for that first stop, but still finding a way to kind of even it out and find it. Now they're in the lead, but of course you're up against a zone breaker, the zone breaker of Smash Bros. I feel,
no jump
in Captain Falcon. But yeah, like you said, no jump, having to fight the charge shot, having to fight the grab. No grab for either of these characters, both missing it, but still Omega has to find a way.
Wow, the run-up Falcon kick, a little bit ambitious there from Omega, but he makes it out without too much damage. Could have been a spike on that Falcon dive, but it's not the proper timing or spacing for BeastModePaul there. Now we're pretty much back to an even game, but 40% difference is big, especially when the looming threat of that Arsene.
And now we're seeing BeastModePaul's Joker. Okay, I've never actually seen him play the character. I want to see what they can do. Of course, Omega might have some knowledge on how to fight the character, maybe not, who knows. But the Falcon, at the moment, is kind of getting beat up himself.
I mean, I can guarantee Omega at least has experience in this matchup,
for sure.
But just from the other side, obviously you've got Fatality, one of the greatest Falcons to ever do it,
in your
coming
region,
out
right?
of coming out of Georgia. So yeah, he definitely has some knowledge of the matchup. It's just a matter of whether or not he can execute. Falcon definitely one of the more particular characters in this game. There's a lot of inconsistencies, and maybe that's that might be the deciding factor. But
can't stand on that platform for too long. You're gonna get grabbed. Good command grab from Omega. Good option to make sure you have to stay on your shield in a different way. Has Arsene though. Now Captain Falcon might be in some trouble. Some F tilts as well. Gonna push him out there. And oh my God, BeastModePaul going so deep for that kill. Just can't find it though.
And Omega, he really did have the right idea with that knee there. Just ended up being a weak one. Just more to the point of like, you might be able to know how this matchup works, but if you haven't played it, especially from the side of Falcon, it can be a little bit of a trouble. Oh, but the Falcon dive there. Great tech from BeastModePaul. Forward throw coming out. What's the edge guard? Nothing. Just going to go up for another forward throw here. Keep on racking up that damage.
Yeah, and Arsene hasn't shown up for a while, so this is actually Falcon's chance to kind of get this lead back into their own chance for Omega, but still just losing to the back air, now just relying on the Roy. And I feel this is a kind of a bad matchup for Roy coming up against Joker. One Arsene down B, no recovery for you.
Exactly, yeah. With that being said, though, 148%. Not a tall hill to climb here from Omega, but definitely one that can get pretty out of control if he doesn't find it, but jab back air. Nothing beats the classics. Now we're, again, pretty much back to dead even here.
Okay, now that Aegis is out, just gonna see how this one kind of, ends, of course. Both speedy swordies. But of course, Mithra does have that pyro in the back pocket, and Roy just has sweet spots. It's gonna contest.
Back air chains and straight hit combos are definitely the name of the game for this Mithra right now, but when Omega is gonna hit, he's gonna hit hard.
Oh, just misses the grab, and the tech chase goes wrong right there. Still a good option though from both characters nonetheless.
Good up out of shield from Omega, not quite the right spacing to get the sweet spot. Not really getting the returns he was seeking on that. Oh, I was wondering what the recovery mix-up would be there, and now, I thought it would have to be a side B, but no. What an amazing back air from Omega, I have to say. That weak back air to catch that was so insane, because when you're in that situation, both as Pyro and Mithra and as the person edge guarding them, it can be, unclear what recovery route you're really going to take, because if you switch to Mithra, you might want to go for the side B, though, I mean, edge guardable as it is, but it's just really good presence of mind there from Omega to keep track of every possible, possibility, and sniping out the one in spectacular fashion that won him the game.
For sure, and we're seeing Omega saying to you, like, you know what, I don't actually have the Byleth gene. I'm going to go to Rob, not believing in the Byleth themselves. And I kind of get it. I think Rob is a really good pick, really good at edge guarding all three of these characters. Gyro helps so much against a lot of these characters' game plans, Joker, Samus, and Aegis. So I do think it's a good option. I'm going to see if they start with it, though.
Yeah, I also I wonder if it's just that Byleth really didn't get as much done for Omega as they thought it would.
Yeah.
I mean, historically, we've seen that Byleth do a ton of work here today. The game looked even versus that Samus, which is to say that it was an outlier for the Byleth's performance.
Yep.
So
Good start from BeastModePaul though. Real good way to kind of rack up 60% damage without Arsene. You know, still tacking on with the dot damage from the side B and still just applying so much pressure. But you get grabbed once, Zeal. You get grabbed once as Rob, and a lot can happen. We've seen it right there. Back throw right there.
Nair coming out, yeah, just trying to exhaust some of this rebellion gauge here is Omega. And Gyro coming out. Again, just continuing to nickel and dime this meter away. That is the absolute directive one for Omega.
Okay, gets the fast falling up forward there. Can't get too much with it. And they're both just scrapping so much, but you don't want to scrap with Rob. It doesn't really matter which character you are. Rob is a boxer for a reason, and he can scrap in the situations. A lot of fast buttons from the normals that you just can't really deal with. Frame 3 down to.
Yeah, I mean, and the jab quite fast as well. Forward air insanely good. Probably one of the best stuffing aerials in the entire game. It's hard to discount Rob's ability to box, especially for a character that's a zoner. What he has in that ability, though, he definitely lacks in disadvantage, and that is a great example of it as BeastModePaul is able to just go ahead and close out that stock.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta make sure, you might be a scrapper, but once you get scrapped on, it can be very hard. You might get turned to scrap metal, but okay, the E just doing a lot of work, putting that Captain Falcon in the air, nowhere to land though, and if you're just gonna be pressing out random buttons, we got foresight for you all damn day, says Paul.
Back throw coming out. I love the optimism from Omega there, and even almost
that's the Falcon brain.
He was close to that down air. Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely shades of fatality.
Yeah, it's the Falcon right gene, bro. You talked about it yourself. You know, it doesn't matter if I'm getting beat up. What if I press this down at though? What if I get this spike? And, oh my God, footstool down B kills himself.
It's not even gonna take the stock either. So sad.
Like, okay.
In the corner versus Roy though, still is BeastModePaul. Double edge dance coming out now. Omega continuing to put the pressure on Paul, but he does manage to get back to the center stage right inside the Pokeball. Shield looking incredibly small right now, though.
Yeah, now Omega's starting to bleed out until gets the jab back here. The classic, that's kind of keeping his Roy into the game. Has to fight the Samus, though. Can use zone break for long enough. This Samus has been doing some real good work, especially from game one.
Yeah, I mean, again, you have to think about, like, the regional, the regional, like popularity of a matchup like Roy Samus from a player from Georgia. If he's not played this matchup before, he's certainly seen it probably hundreds of times. Players like Teaser, Kola, Mugen, and etc. out there.
Okay, jab, pick up, nice pick up as well.
Forward air sniping out. The attempt to just drift back to the stage with down B. Even that was technically a re-grab. I wonder if there could have been a bigger punish there from Omega, but just not. I mean, sometimes when you grab the ledge the same as someone else, you both get invincibility, but no, down tilt coming out. No tech from BeastModePaul. Forward tilt, absolutely going to steal that.
And there was a lot of moments where it was kind of happening where, I was going to say Teaser, Paul was getting the upper hand on Omega, but Omega, I don't know how, he pulls some stuff out of his you-know-where and gets these finds, gets these kills, and I feel like that's very helpful as a player, right? To kind of like be in a bit of a pinch, still find a way to keep that mentality, still find the wins, and still find the stocks. You know, that Joker and the Samus, I feel, were putting a lot of pressure on Omega, but still find a way. And oh my God, Paul opting for the Steve, and this is where my heart might sink.
This really is just.
If I was an Omega fan,
this is just Georgia cosplay. He has the Joker for Omega, the Steve for Didi, and the Samus for Teaser. And then on the other side, Omega actually opting to go now again for the Captain Falcon, which is not surprising. It didn't manage to steal out any stocks, but it definitely got some work done. Even at high percent, stuck around long enough to create a large percent surplus.
We're going to see what the Steve can do, starting off with it, of course, with the Rob. I think it's been a good pick for Omega. Just the pressure they can apply. And okay, getting one shot, doesn't get the double gyro shot either, but oh no, the disadvantage you talked about, Zeal, bro. You get him put into the air with all of Steve's tools, and you might not make it on the way back down safely.
We haven't even seen the fullest extent of it yet. This character absolutely, I mean, must have like a bottom 10 disadvantage at least. I mean, I know people have said this before, but playing the matchup against Rob is a different matchup whether or not you know how to parry Nair.
For sure.
Because when you can't parry Nair, it feels like Rob actually has a great landing option, unpunishable, whatever. Once you figure that out though, the character's disadvantage completely falls apart, and you better believe a player like BeastModePaul is going to know how to parry Rob Nair.
Okay, has a diamond available. Side B has to go over it, but of course no matter. But still, 3 stocks apiece each, doing both well. Steve's actually a decent pick, keeping Robin disadvantage, keeping him away. But Omega has to find a way back, bro, because these price on the fuel not doing too well, and you see the Rob eviscerated already.
We actually don't see Paul going for much mining. I mean, you are at 110%. This is probably the last diamond you're ever going to see, you figure. But 56% already coming up from those up tilts. Parry on the knee, but the cross-up not foreseen by BeastModePaul.
And Mega starting to start these kind of randy options. I feel like, so let's talk about, bro, the Falcon Brain. I feel like they just feel like, you know what, it's a Falcon Brain. I got to do something to kind of get out of my disadvantage. Of course, getting past the blocks, the anvil as well, but nowhere to go.
Even top players are not immune to the Falcon Brain.
Okay, sneaking in the back here, but this Steve's doing work, Zero, bro, I'm telling you. He picked out of nowhere, and look at the lead that he's got already.
I wonder if BeastModePaul might actually just, like, maybe this is getting closer to that level of main, because obviously neither of them are playing their mains in this, and I wonder if they agreed on it, but definitely feels like it could be up there in terms of the performance that we've seen so far from it.
Yeah, for sure. I would not be surprised. Running away from the jabs and we'll deal with any of that. The minecart might be coming out soon. Might have to watch out for that option. Has diamond, though.
Contrary to what I was saying earlier, he has seen another diamond in his life. I mean, just a testament to how long the longevity of this stock, which, just as I say it, of course, is taken out. But 2 stocks left for BeastModePaul. I don't imagine he's too worried about being able to finish this one and close it out cleanly.
For sure. Look how much damage that Steve has done to Omega's team. And oh man, getting baited, of course, the down air. No Earth Smash confirmed, but still applying so much pressure. You're going to have to get past the charge shot, the Zera as well, the complete bullet hell, Zero. Where the hell do we go past the bombs as well?
Bullet hell is an excellent way to put it against this Samus right now, especially when you're in the corner, just fighting for any bit of space that you can get. Omega not being so successful, and yeah, even just tanks that up air, closing out the game and giving BeastModePaul his first game victory in this set now.
It's not down yet. That Steve is doing a lot of work.
Definitely signs of life coming out from BeastModePaul in that last game. The Steve absolutely motivating some of that, taking two full stocks and then some before finally falling. So not a surprise at all to see that Steve is going to return for this game 4.
And Omega has to think now, opting for the Sonic and Lucina, getting rid of the Roy.
It's just more and more influence from the home region right now.
Honestly, yeah,
the Sonic is coming out, shades of wrath, obviously.
I'm wondering when the PT is going to come out for DD's sake. Either way, we're going to have to see this game keep going. You know, the set is ever changing.
Yeah, I mean, opening with the Sonic as well. I mean, this is honestly, Sonic is, I think, definitively a character specialist character. You can pick up a lot from watching him, like understanding the game plans, how they vary from matchup to matchup. But when it comes down to it, this is a character who's surprisingly technical. I think not enough people really recognize that about Sonic. But either way, kind of getting waxed so far. 61% damage, almost unanswered from.
This Steve seems to be the difference, bro. Yeah. I think he's applying a lot of fear into Omega's team.
And this is what a lot of people consider to be at least if not just a losing matchup, definitely a difficult one to find your footing in, even or not. Right. So. Omega just trying to be really tricky right now. Has managed to regain the percent lead, not for long though. BeastModePaul looking to mine some great snipe on the minecart using the homing attack.
Okay. Get past the gets hit by the dash as well, applying a lot of pressure. Kind of evenish right now, but is it really when you've got gold and diamond both in the backyard?
Definitely not, especially considering Sonic is quite light.
Yep. Oh, the up smash interrupting the homing attack.
Perfect answer to the homing attack there. Just you already saw BeastModePaul just released it and waited for Omega to come straight in.
And even with a good SDI, you saw him getting spiked all the way down below, and BeastModePaul, this Steve is the difference.
Yeah, this momentum, it feels like it almost came out of nowhere.
Yep.
I mean, it's new character after new character after new character all falling to this Steve. It felt like that stock was 4 back airs and nothing else, and now we're down to the Captain Falcon.
I didn't even know he had a Steve until today. I'm shocked. I'm appalled.
Omega really just grasping at straws right now, trying to get any hit in the corner, but the character unfamiliarity, I think, is starting to bleed through. Not even just from Omega's play, but BeastModePaul seems to know exactly what to do to maneuver the more obvious, like, Captain Falcon kills. Because when you're a main of a character, you know you're a lot more privy to some of the niche kill options on specific characters in specific matchups. Not to say that there are a ton of those against Steve, but I guarantee a Falcon of more repute would find the stock in 10 ways as opposed to maybe Omega's 1 or 2.
Yeah, still can't get a down spike either, and oh my god, this Steve has been killing off Omega's team over and over. There needs to be an answer found out straight away.
He's just in the block.
What the hell am I watching?
It was a mix-up. Yeah, but BeastModePaul evens up the set. I mean, with a 3-stock at that too, buries the Falcon kick into it.
Omega needs to think about the team he really wants to end it, because we get him 5 now. Yeah, and Steve, Samus, Joker, this team is...
Oh, the Pokemon...
There's the PT, I'm telling you know. He's fighting all of Georgia.
He fights for his friends.
That's real Ike vibes, I like it. Okay, the Pokemon trainer, the Byleth. No Roy still, and the ZSS as well.
Oh, I would love to see a ZSS here, honestly. Joker and ZSS are kind of like adjacent characters in my head, where it's like they fulfill a similar niche in the game. So I feel like if anyone was going to have a good one, it would be Omega. But at the same time, ZSS, as we've said even before talking about Shu, that's a character that requires real character specialist. Like, you have to put some hours in to really obtain any mastery or even consistency with Zero Suit Samus.
I feel you. We're going to see if this Steve style is strong again. But I have heard that, yes, the Ivysaur is the answer. DDD has been saying for a while. Maybe he's been bleeding that into the Georgia scene like, hey, man, Ivysaur might be the answer to Steve. But we're not seeing it right now. This little cabbage is getting thrown around the stage already.
Yeah, Ivysaur has the forward air that pretty much destroys blocks in one hit, has projectiles to prevent Steve from mining when possible, and has a lot of insane combos that are really only possible on Steve, considering how you can do like up air before he can even have time to anvil. If Steve air dodges, he has one of the worst air dodges.
Relentless with the vines, but either way, you know, Paul has to find a way past this jungle. With these tools he's got, hides behind the block, tries to mine something, and I feel like Omega can't give him too much time. Yeah, I mean, even though Omega does currently have the percent lead, he is still, the onus of approach is very much still on him to stop that diamond from becoming manifest. If BeastModePaul is able to get the diamond, we've seen what he's done with him in these last games. Last game, it was a 3-stock. The game before that, a 2-stock. Like, the results are there. The numbers do not lie, and they spell out, or they say that Omega needs to take this game quick. Yeah, I think if you can get rid of Steve straight away, you might be in some trouble. And you see, I think Paul was looking for the up B, sneak away into the up smash, just couldn't find it. He's just chasing this Ivysaur relentlessly. He's doing forward air, back air, or side B. Rinse and repeat. Finally getting a moment to himself to think, and does have the diamond online now. Is just going to have to go ahead and grab it, because obviously you don't have stocks to play with here. The animation, though, maybe lasting just a bit too long as Omega is able to do the back throw with Ivysaur and seal that one easy. And this is a good opportunity. You know, there's no Arsene, Squirtle, a small character against Joker, and I know Omega knows that very well, probably from fighting DDD in this reverse matchup, so I know he knows well, and this is already bowing out for Paul at the moment. Oh, I thought that might be a jab lock and a down smash. Honestly, could have been the stock there with the rage, but no, we're straight back to Ivysaur now. 60% onto BeastModePaul, just approaching that Arsene now, but I don't know, Omega looking really keen to take this one before that can even happen. Yeah, I think ever since the Steve has definitely been commanding the ship, and with no leader right now, I feel the ship is sinking. Zero. It seems to be going down for Paul, but I don't want to count him out just yet. Obviously, Arsene is definitely a factor here, but if he's not able to take it with that, I'm not sure he's going to be able to take it at all. Okay, the unsafe Nair finds the up air as well. Where the hell do you find that? And now, I mean, this is a matchup too that's actually pretty good for PT. Is Samus have a lot of options to deal with that zoning playstyle. And I mean, obviously, this is a floaty character. Right. Charizard back throw, back air is going to be a threat for a little while. Sure. Though not a true combo, it's definitely going to be a and just in general, Rage Charizard is ridiculous. Yeah, Rage Charizard would be a thing of nightmares, but gets out the way. No nightmares, of course. We're going to be waking up. The Samus out now. Has to fight ZSS, a faster version. You want to talk about zone breaking? ZSS the queen of that. Yeah, I'm curious, honestly, though, to see how refined this Zero Suit actually is. Because we said it time and time again, this is a difficult character, sincerely difficult. But he does have the Byleth gene in the back, though. Don't forget that. Don't forget about that. This is game 5. There's no more opportunity for the Byleth. Nice. Okay, yeah. Just a quick snipe with the upper to close that one. Honestly, kind of anticlimactic. Yeah, definitely.